My name is Jannie Dutton. I was born in Dallas, Texas, and came to California because California junior colleges were free. So I came to California after I graduated from the University of Bakersfield. Both my husband and I, Robert Michael Dutton, were looking for jobs. There were no jobs when I started looking for jobs. No jobs for teachers. We started up the coast looking for jobs, and someone said, well, you should try the high desert. They're always looking for teachers there. I said, well, we'll try, but I know we won't. We're going to be in Santa Barbara, some fancy place. Anyway, we came over the hill, and there was the Antelope Valley. The first person I met was Jim Lott, and Jim Lott referred me to the district office. And before I know it, I was signing a contract. I was still under the illusion that I was going to teach in some fancy place like Santa Barbara or whatever. But my husband taught in the high school and at track, and I started off teaching first grade with Mrs. Kirby, who's been there. Lois Patton is a longtime resident of Little Rock and Sun Village. So those people were my mentors. And back then, we didn't have what they have now. They have a support system where the teachers are paid. We just kind of connected as people. And so each teacher, especially if you were the brand new teacher, they kind of embraced you and helped you with everything. Our principal was John Brickner, who had lived in the area forever. Everyone was just so nurturing. So anyway, that's how I started off. I started off in a very nurturing atmosphere with my colleagues, and so it was like I think I have found the place I want to be. I think this is where I'm going to land. Forget the fancy places, Santa Barbara, because I thought I was going to teach there. And I've been here for almost 40 years. Well, I've been here longer than 40 years, but I taught in Keppel for 38 years, and I've just loved every moment. Antelope Valley has 34% food insecure people. And so when I found that out, I just wanted to be involved. People should not be hungry in America, period. So I'm in the Champions for Health program, and we are trying to get the word out about feeding people, and especially students, to make sure that they do not go through a school day without food or go home feeling insecure about where their next meal is. So the school board is helping spread the word, and I'm spreading the word. And so I'm working with the Keppel School District in conjunction with that, and in conjunction with a lot of activities. So I'm really involved. Lucky to be on the school board and appreciative. Regulations have changed, and what brings to mind today is the Cinco de Mayo. Back then, we didn't have so many regulations. We would just decide to do something with students, and we'd say, I think this is a good idea. So the teachers got together and decided with the principal that one Cinco de Mayo, we would stop classes and have a complete celebration. And back then, we didn't have, our student population wasn't that large Hispanic, but we wanted to bring the culture in. We thought that was very important. So notice, I have to say again, we had no regulation. So here we come. We set up a cooking station outside. We had parents bring food from their house to feed students. We had animals running around. Students were running, having so much fun. We got a pony cart that someone brought in. We were giving students a pony cart all around, and we were they saw parents making tortillas. We would put the beans and the rice on and just pass it to them. the kids had a great time, and we had a great time. But I tell you, today we would have had to have the county inspector there, the health inspector. We would have had to send permission to ride on a pony cart that they decorated. And I look back on that and I said, oh my gosh. Okay, new teacher out of school. So I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to embrace this new thing called yoga. And I'm going to bring yoga to my classroom. Well, the kids and I practiced yoga. We did yoga. Okay, one of the parents heard that Mrs. Dutton was practicing a Far Eastern religion in school. So I got called into the principal's office with this father who was very irate at me for teaching his child a Far Eastern religion. So I proceeded to explain the exercise. It was not a religion. My principal was supportive. He helped me do all that. The unique thing about that is that father and, okay, I had the daughter in my class. When the daughter grew up, she became a young lady. She came to me and she says, you remember when you and what happened to my dad? I said, yeah, I do. I remember that, but it was no big thing. She said, I learned so much about yoga. When I went to college, I investigated yoga. I learned all about different religions, and I want my daughter in your class. So I had her daughter. Then I had her granddaughter a few years later, and the granddaughter said to me, you know, Mrs. Dutton, my grandmother said you taught her yoga. Are you going to teach us how to do yoga in the class? I said, we sure are going to do yoga. And this little girl who's now I call her my grand kindergartner. She's graduating from or having a promotion ceremony at the academy this year. And she called me and says, please come to my graduation. But that 3 generations of yoga that I started from just a thing that I thought, oh, this is really cool. Let me teach them that. Now, people may not embrace you the way it's traditionally expected, but people embrace you. And once they know that you're part of this community, you're part of the community. And they will go to bat for you at any time. They want you part of everything. They're always inviting you. Please join me here. Please join me there. So Little Rock, if you come to this end of the valley, the people are just they're just happy that you're interested in them, that you're willing to listen and be part of whatever, and that you really want to do something for it. I know as a school board member, they're always saying, thank you for what you're doing. I really appreciate this. And just the appreciation is just phenomenal. And they like to party out. I get invited to a lot of parties. I love it. So, and when you're in their party, they don't, as a teacher, they didn't say, oh, the teacher. It was, you're part of the party. You come, you have fun with me. All the pretentiousness just drops away. And I love that. So that too. Like, for instance, the recreation dam that is being worked on now. It's not just being worked on by Little Rock. It's all the people in Pearblossom. The whole community is working on that. And so even though we have Sun Village, we have Little Rock, we have Pearblossom, we're still working together we still see ourselves as one cohesive community, not a separate community. So, I'm wondering about what's going to happen when and if this freeway comes through here. I just hope we maintain the same kind of atmosphere. I don't know what will happen. We had a statistical analysis done about our community a few years ago, and this person came and said, you have a lot of area here. you're going to, just in a few years, you're going to be fully, there's no other place for LA to grow but out here. So the houses are coming. They're coming. And, that was a few years ago. I just kind of went, oh, yeah. Well, lately, we have been getting our enrollment in the last few months have been growing. And we've been seeing property beside us being purchased. I just, if there is some way we can maintain what we have, I don't know how to do it, but if we see it, I just want us to say stop. We're not going to let it happen. So I just hope we do. We used to grow pear blossom. Come on. The crows of Pearblossom. The Alex Huxley, the whole story with Alex Huxley. But, this is what concerns me. We have the land. If they figure out a way to get that water, it's all over. I mean, we're going to be sprawl. We have it's too vast. So if they figure out a way, and he was a data analysis or a land analysis, he said, you guys, it's just a matter of time. Because if they get the water through here, we're not going to be a little community. I don't want to see that when I'm 100, because, I'm planning to live to be 100. I don't want to see that. I want I want to be able to drive through my little community just the way. I don't want to have apartment buildings and little store things leaning here. This is why we moved out here. But we are, I can see them just looking at us with their hands going, ha, 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 ha. It's just a matter of time. Let me figure it out. And, that's the thing that really concerns me. When I'm 100, what am I going to do? Little Rock has the best attitude in the world. I know some people think, but it really does. The people have the best attitude. They have a hopeful attitude. They have a community attitude, and they have a welcoming attitude. The best attitude and the best parties. I need to stop talking about the parties, but okay.